July 31st, 2021, container garden in an industrial park, zone 3A. Quick walkthrough and identifying problems that should be fixed for next year. First problem, sunflowers shade out everything they grow over. So watch out for that next year. Second problem, garlic doesn't seem to be doing well at all. I pulled one the other day and this is what it is. So, I mean, it's edible. There's not much going on there. Zucchini's doing fine. Wall onions doing fine. Mustard is mustarding. Flea beetles got at it. Gonna have to cover that next year, but leeks are doing great here because they're out front getting all kinds of sun. Peas in the back. Sunflowers. Lettuce, too much lettuce. Lettuce is very abundant. You only need to plant a little bit. Peas in the front, peas in the back. Sunflowers in the back. Dill does just fine against the shade cloth. White onions, yellow onions, red onions doing fine. Sunflowers. Next problem. Strawberries are probably not worth it. Next problem. Gonna have to do something so I can shade the potatoes next year during extreme heat. So as you can see, the potatoes are all falling over and wilting. They didn't take the heat very well. This one I threw off to the side and letting it dry out a bit, and I'm going to harvest what's in there, see how far the potatoes are along. Cilantro bolted, gonna harvest the seeds. Parsley's doing fine. Ground cherries are alright. They're not as great as everyone makes them out to be though, so I probably won't grow many next year. Herbs are doing fine. Potatoes in the back, see what's going on there. This one here is grown in straw. It may have been overwatered. I don't know what's going on with those leaves. That was one grown in straw. These herbs, quick note, grow some more sweet marjoram next year because that stuff smells amazing. I don't know what you put it in, but tomatillos, I've been saying it wrong this whole time, are doing just fine. Probably put them in bigger bags next year just because I want them to have a bigger base. Tomatoes are doing fine. They're indeterminate. Lots of people say keep them well trimmed, and some people say we don't trim our indeterminate tomatoes. I think the happy medium is somewhere in between. I am growing them up tomato twine. You can find that on eBay or Amazon, sorry, and it seems to work just fine. There's some mixed reviews online, but none of my lines have broken yet. Desert rose is thriving outdoors. Some stuff I just picked. Next problem. Those are beets in there, some kohlrabi and some celery. Those can't be grown together. Kohlrabi needs a lot of space, and the celery seems to be doing all right. The beets were doing fine until the squashes and pumpkins took over. So this is a big problem. Squash and pumpkins are going to have to go on the end next year because they are taking over. You can see I have squash hanging in midair. There's pumpkins up there too. There's another squash back there. I don't know if you can see it. Gonna have lots of squash and lots of pumpkins. Those are small pumpkins, sugar pie pumpkins, and they are growing across the beets, shading out the beets and into the indeterminate tomatoes. I think I'm just gonna let this problem play out and see how it works. Got some sunflowers behind there as well. That's what the squash and pumpkins are climbing across, sunflowers and twine. pickles, they were, what are the bushing kind in the front? I can't remember. I'll have to find the tag. Oh, there's one. No, that's not it. Anyway, I planted Markham Moors in the back. They were shaded out by the bushing cucumbers in the front. I'm probably going to only do the bushing pickling cucumbers next year. I'm gonna have to dig those tags out and find out what cucumbers they are so I remember. Corn is going insane. For anyone having trouble growing corn, I'm going to suggest, oh look, but there's no ears. Well, we'll see how that works out. Anyway, for people having trouble growing corn, I'm told nitrogen and water, and that's what I did. I added a lot of nitrogen and a lot of water. Blood meal, to be precise. Blood meal and water. Next problem, cabbage. Only one survived unscathed. You're gonna have to keep them covered completely because the cabbage moths lay their eggs, and no matter how you try to get all the worms, they're still gonna destroy your cabbages. I have one that managed to make it. Rutabagas, plant them further apart next time. Parsnips are doing just fine. Carrots are doing just fine. You'll see the leeks in the back are getting shaded out by the carrots, but they're all right. More tomatoes, indeterminates going up. The peppers are a mixed bag. Bell peppers haven't produced anything. Cayenne, a couple plants have some on them. Hot jalapenos have some on them. Right there. The mild jalapenos, I think I have one. Tomatoes doing fine. You can see tomatoes in there, tomatoes in there, tomatoes there. I can't see my screen right now because it's so sunny. Tomatoes are doing just fine. And in case anyone wanted to see my eggplant, there's my eggplant. Don't say I never showed it to you. And more tomatoes. That is a container garden in zone 3A.